Sometimes I sit and I stare at the rain. Isn't rain filled with sorrow? Wonder if I'll see my home again. Will it be dry tomorrow? Time passes softly and I'm a day older, but still I'm living days gone by. Ashes to ashes, the rain's turning colder. Finding tomorrow, the ashes, the rain and I.
Are you the one trying to make their way to Satan? Are you too scared to respond? Fallen. Welcome to Heresy, the Sixth Circle. My name is Dorian, and I am this circle's keeper. Might I know your name, Fallen? That is a beautiful name. Of course. What reason would I have to lie to you? I've also taken the blasphemers and the liars under my wing. Does it bother you? You have been acquainted with my friends in limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, and wrath. Of course, the deeper you go, the more horrifying it may appear to be. But it is not as bad as you may have been led to believe, truly. Everyone has treated you well so far, correct? It is. Worried about what they will do to you? Of course not. They can't do anything to you here. You're curious. I like that. Have you ever read the works of Dante Alighieri? His poetry is wonderful fan fiction. He wrote something about the heretics who come to my circle, that they would be burning for eternity in tombs. That's not the whole truth. Not anymore, at least. I did not like their agony or their screams as they burned, even when I removed their throats. Instead, I burn what I need out of them to add to my archives in the library. Their lies, their false teachings, whatever I do not already know. And then I leave their souls to wander until they die from a lack of purpose. Indeed, among other things, because why not? Or perhaps it's because I like to collect pretty things. But enough of all that. Ash. For the first few minutes, the fall is not bad, but it can become worse than a raging blizzard. We should hurry back to the library. I'll return later to observe the fires. Here. The umbrella will shield you from the storm until we get you to shelter. Good choice. It shouldn't be a long journey. Don't let go. That is correct. You might call it blasphemous, and I suppose it is. In truth, I've always enjoyed Catholic aesthetics, whether it be in their art or their architecture. Though, I can't say I love what they have to say. That's right. People don't like for their opinions to be changed. But some of us are masters of the silver tongue. Some may be easily swayed because they have no opinions of their own. And once they gain this opinion, it's permanent. Others may be as vampires who are weak to the silver and they turn away. And these rooms become echo chambers. It's why I've read the scripture and holy books from every religion ever uttered, and yet none stick with me. But I can appreciate the aspects of most of them. Does that make any sense? Now, shall we go in? You won't be able to go out until the storm passes. It will obscure where the elevator is. Hard to see, hard to navigate. And it could bury you. It's best to wait it out. I don't know. But you're not in a hurry, right? A few hours or even days is nothing when compared to the rest of eternity. Are you cold? I can make you tea and you can tell me your tale. Perhaps I shall give you a tour. Very well. You'd best hurry along then. You might wander off and get lost. There are countless things in my library of lies that would draw even the purest of souls in. That's quite cute of you, darling Fallen. You've done it twice now. Are you scared of something? Or are you trying to warm up to me? Come now. You can tell me anything. I appreciate the honesty. I once had a girl come down here to try and do the same thing as you. She was swallowed into the obscure and never returned. I don't quite know what happened to her. One of the books may have swallowed her up. I have one that begs for blood. Not that I have any to offer. No. Heresy is placed 2/3 of the way to treachery. Most souls seeking an audience with Satan do not make it past the second circle. They either come to terms with their sin, or those who dwell above succumb to their hunger and finish them off for good. No matter how you may preach about sin, shiny objects tempt you, This is one of my many studies. I never get to use them, only for the sparse company. From here, distant fires and mist. Feel free to sit while I make tea. Do you have a preference on flavors? I prefer a floral blend myself, but I'll do anything for you. As long as I have it, of course. Splendid. You could move those to the side, you know. I don't mind. saw you read that. No, it's all right. I'm sure you're curious. A demon friend of mine. They're a painter. I've tried picking up the medium myself, but it just isn't my forte. I try to categorize the wings of my collection, sometimes by century, sometimes by region, and I like to decorate them. I keep more than just books. There are artifacts as well. If the storm has not passed before we're done here, then yes. I must admit, I am pleased that you're interested in what I have. The history of lies and falsehoods. That's the thing about a lie. They all come unraveled by the end. I hope this is to your taste. It's blueberries, hibiscus, cherries, and some other fruits. I'm sure it'll pick you up in the darkness down here, at least. Anything for you. You are a guest in my home. If you need anything else, please let me know, okay? So, shall we start this over? I don't know, but they don't bother me. I let them fly about. Some of them nest on the spires. Blackbirds are my favorite animal. You have recently died, and you were sent to Limbo, the first circle. Now you seek to descend through each circle until you reach Satan at the 9th. You hope to state your case and be allowed into the heavens. Now, do you know why you were brought down to hell? So you intend to entreat with the devil without knowing what you may have done wrong? Really now? We should start from the beginning then, shouldn't we? Perhaps we can discover where your purported sin lies if we talk about you. When did you die? On the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God? That's unfortunate. And how did you die? of course. Do you regret dying, Fallen? His choice? I think this is why I like you so much. You're so innocent, so naive. You believe a benevolent God would kill you so violently and then send you down to what he considers the pits, the tombs, the depths. That he would abandon you like this. Revelations 21:4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. Conflict is what drives the human species. It's what drives innovation and love. If you had an eternity in paradise, would you want to do anything? Think of any desires you had as a mortal. All of those things you wished to do before you died. Travel, fall in love, make something worth remembering, learn something new, leave an impact. That is true. Have you ever considered that your pastor's interpretation, or maybe your own, of holy texts could be wrong? It's like an English class. There is an interpretation that your professor may project. There's an interpretation which stems from the context of the time and place in which it was written. There's an interpretation directly from the author. Then there's your interpretation, oh darling Fallen. You can ask me anything. Only the truly wicked suffer. But it would take up too many resources to make an exponential amount of souls suffer for eternity. We may have eternity, but we like to make things quick. Bored? I wouldn't say so. I have lots of work to do. Bodies to burn, people to release, books to catalogue, Sometimes they allow me to gaze upon the human world and observe the living before they fall into the circles. Huh? I suppose I do get lonely. I have friends, other demons mostly, who come to visit and assist. But they leave. They have to. They have other obligations and their own concerns to consider. I just wish that... Pay me no mind. We have more pressing issues to worry about. Your locket. Let me see it. You know how people will keep the portraits and memories of their loved ones tucked in a locket close to their heart, so they do not forget what is most important to them? It's similar to that, only it's with your memories. It shall be easier to pass through if we can just... This one should work. I'm trying to find an empty page. There we are. We then close that, and now all we do is wait. It will write out your life story for me, all on one page. We need only give it a few minutes. Can I interest you in more tea? All right. Oh, apologies. I'm an open book. You asked this earlier. Why? And how could you fix that? You don't want to do that. Here in Heresy, it's cold, and you would have to endure me for eternity. I'm not very enjoyable. It's ready. I think so. There is something overarching, but I can pull out a specific moment. Do you remember the church you volunteered to work with to help serve food to those who were underprivileged? Then he commanded the multitudes to sit down on the grass. And he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke and gave the loaves to the disciples. And the disciples gave to the multitudes. So they all ate and were filled, and they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments that remained. Now those who had eaten were about 5,000 men besides women and children. Matthew 14, verses 19 through 21. Really? There are many absurdities in the texts. Silly things, annoying things, things that don't make sense. It's like how we think of Greek and Roman mythology nowadays. Less so that it really happened, and as more of a fable. I think of Ambrose Bierce in a more modern context. So you take a lot of what's in your text as lessons, rather than fact. So do I. And therein lies your sin. You don't take it literally, and that's a heresy. It's unfair, isn't it, to be curious? To question what you're reading or what you're being told. To think some things are too big, too fantastic for the mediocre world you live in. And to be punished in the end for questioning someone. Lucifer fell because he questioned God. What's to say he isn't doing the same to you right now? Someone who has been a devout, loyal follower, despite never seeing his face. But why is that a bad thing? No one should expect someone as wonderful as you to be perfect all the time, because you're perfect in your own right. I couldn't take it anymore. I came to the mortal world as a bird to observe those following a faith I had come to detest. That was the first time I saw you. I don't know what it was about you, but you caught my eye in a way no soul ever has. And so, every so often, I would visit you as a raven outside your window, whether it be in a holy place or in the confines of your home. I knew your beliefs, I knew you, and you were fantastic. But I knew you would have to come down here eventually, because you were so uniquely you. Frankly, I was selfish. I could have waited for you to die much, much later. But I wanted to see you now. And I thought that if you lived your whole life only to be sent to hell for being human, it would be worse on you. So I killed you. I was the bird that flew from the spire and caused you to fall. I didn't mean for you to die like that. But that's how it happened. And you came down here to me after I asked everyone above to be nice to you, just so you wouldn't fall victim to their hunger. And here you are, looking as beautiful as you've ever been. And I haven't been able to stop looking at you ever since. I've kept my composure, but I want to be with you like this forever. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. I already know that you feel the same way I do. And you want to stay. And even if you don't, we have an eternity to figure it out. I love you.